Okay, so we're going to be dealing with dividing decimals. The first video is going to deal with our divisor being a whole number. Now remember, if you ever see it horizontally like this, that means the dividend's the first one, divisor's the second one. Divisor's outside the box, dividend's inside. Remember, what goes in the box? The first one. Okay, so how to actually solve it. You're going to ignore that decimal, pretend it's not there, and use standard algorithm like always. Divide, multiply, then subtract, bring it on down, and bring it on back. So the first step's divide. How many times can 6 go into 7? Well, once. Now I multiply. 6 times 1 is 6. Then subtract. Bring the next number down and start all over again. 6 goes into 13 twice. 6 times 2 is 12. Bring it on down. 6 goes into 18 3 times. 6 times 3 is 18. No remainder. Now I know that I stopped because there's nothing left to bring down. All I do now is have this decimal and move it up. Now look how everything's nice and lined up. That's really important because if they weren't lined up, you could put your decimal in the wrong place. Remember, 12.3 is a lot different than 1.23. This is 12 holes, this is only 1 hole. So even though they're the same numbers in the same order, they have a very different value. Now let's say that your divisor is a 2-digit number. You do the same exact thing. Can 24 go into 1? No. Can 24 go into 12? No. I put these zeros here because every number needs a match. Everybody needs a buddy. Can 24 go into 128? Yes. The first number I always start with is 5. It's right in the middle. 4 times 5 is 20. 5 times 2 is 10. Plus 2 is 120. So that matches because I used all the way up to 128. Divide, multiply, then subtract. Bring it on down. And bring it on back. Okay? Can 24 go into 88? Yep. So sorry. 24. 5's too big, so my next number I always try is 3. 4 times 3 is 12. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Okay, that works nicely. You always, when subtracting and you get that number, make sure this number is less than your divisor, because if it's ever greater than, that's a sign that you made a mistake. You have to bring down this number in order to go further. Can 24 go in 168? Yeah. Okay, 5's too small, so now I'm going to try 7. 7 times 4 is 28. 7 times 2 is 14, plus 2 is 16. Well, what do you know? That matches absolutely perfectly. Nothing to bring down, no remainder. I just move my decimal up. And everything else matches. And that's it when you're dividing decimals with a whole number divisor.